this video we will be explaining the purpose of the third line or the orange line of the wealth crossover indicator and how best to use it. By now you will probably be familiar with the wealth crossover and how it works, but if that is not the case, then we highly recommend that you stop this video here and first take a look at the previous two videos. Now, in the previous wealth crossover videos, we have been focusing on the crossover points between the blue line and the purple line while deliberately ignoring the orange line. But as you may have noticed, every now and again there are certain areas on the charts where all three of the lines intersect, such as here on the Euro GBP daily charts and also here on the Euro USD 4-hourly charts. Now, in very general terms, a three-line crossover is just a more sophisticated and, for the most part, a more accurate version of the two-line crossovers described in our previous videos. Of course, there is a substantial amount of mathematics and science behind these lines, but that aspect of the indicator is really beyond the realms of what is necessary for this short video. For those of you who are technically orientated and who would like to understand more of the nitty-gritty behind the wealth crossover lines or any other aspects of the FoxEx financial engineering, then please feel free to fire your questions over to Professor Shepherd via our online chat room, which you can access directly from our trading platform shown here. Time permitting, the Professor will always aim to answer questions posted in the FoxEx trading floor and will inevitably leave you with no doubt whatsoever regarding all things related to the financial engineering behind all things FoxEx. Okay, so moving on, if there is a point in the markets where the three lines intersect, such as here, the wave that is created via this crossover point signifies a very accurate estimate of the probable turning point in the market. It is as simple as that. Again, here we are looking at the most recent example here on the Euro GBP daily charts. Please note that it is not uncommon for the wealth crossover to pinpoint the price at which the market turns or pinpoint the time. And in some cases, the estimate created by the wave passing through the three-line crossover is pretty much bang on in terms of both price and in terms of time. As we've discussed in previous videos, regardless of how accurate the estimate is on the higher time frames, the best way to leverage these opportunities is always and very simply just to drop down into the lower time frames, and there you can use the wealth crossover to identify the optimum positions for both the entry and the stop loss. Incidentally, if you notice a three-line crossover on the lower time frames, such as here on the Euro US dollar 4-hourly charts, then this really does represent what some would call optimum trading conditions in terms of identifying a great entry and a great position for the stop loss. Summing up then, when compared to a two-line crossover, the addition of the third line is very simply a more advanced and, for the most part, a more accurate estimate of the major swings in the markets. These three-line crossovers do not happen that frequently, but when they do occur, the market will typically turn at the very end of the wave with a high degree of accuracy. Some of the more conservative traders may simply want to stalk the markets and wait for one of these powerful three-line crossovers to occur before entering the markets, while others will be more than happy to trade the two-line crossovers, which are also extremely effective and efficient at forecasting major swings in the markets, and which of course occur on every single swing. When all said and done, seeing is believing, and so the very best way forward is to experience this concept in action for yourself. To do this, simply come over to FoxEx, get signed up and get the wealth crossover onto your screen as soon as you can. Then you can scroll through the charts and backtest and forward test the various symbols and the various time frames and see for yourself the difference between the two and three-line crossover points, and also confirm the accuracy with which the wealth crossover indicator forecasts major swings in the markets. This has been an advanced video on the wealth crossover indicator from FoxEx.